Look, I know you have that business idea. I know you do. And I know you're ready to take action. But hang on. You're missing one really important component that can stop you from getting high limit funding. Don't know what I'm talking about? Then you came to the right place. In today's lesson, I'm gonna make sure that you don't make that humongous mistake that you're about to miss. We are gonna actually go over the top NAICS codes that are alternatively low risk that can get you the highest amount of funding possible. So go ahead, grab your pen and paper. I'll wait right here. And with that being said, let's dive in. All right, ladies and gents, before we get started, if you don't mind hitting that like button for me, as it helps my channel out a ton. I appreciate you guys' support, all right? Now, back to this NAICS code. Now, again, guys, in this lesson, people always miss this key component. How do I know? Because I missed it when I first started. So I don't want you to go through the same exact thing that I went through. An NAICS code is very important, and you need to know what you're getting into before you set that LLC up, okay? Now, just to give you a little bit of information, NAICS codes are something that all businesses are required to have. They're actually in regards to business categories and even government documents. And just to let you know, NAICS code stands for the North American Industry Classification System. It's basically just a code that explains what your business is, and it could possibly tell that person what type or category that it's in. Does that make sense? So basically, all of these establishments that you go to on a regular basis has what? An NAICS code. And I just want to let you know now, guys, if I say that incorrectly throughout this video, I'm sorry. I've always had issues saying NAICS code. I suck pretty badly at it. Now, there are many different types and subtypes of businesses that sometimes sound the exact same. They seem the same on paper, but they are vastly different regarding strategies, retail, sales, and even more. And as you see here on the screen right here, Samsung's NAICS code is 423430, and Apple's is 334111. You see? Very different, am I right? Come on now. So these again are indicators for the actual government themselves, and even lenders or underwriters that are actually looking into your business to see what business type it is and what it's all about. Now, there are some codes out there that are super easy to work with, super easy. And at times there are some that are vastly challenging due to them being quote unquote high risk. Now, let's go ahead and break down what some of the high risk NAICS codes are, such as, let's say, tobacco industry, the trucking industry, real estate, even adult entertainment. And these are just to name a few. But hold on. I'm not saying it's impossible or you cannot get high limit funding if you are in any of these categories. I'm just saying that you have to, in so many words, take a different approach on how you should approach getting funding for these type of businesses. So if you're in the trucking industry, you're trying to get your own truck, trying to get a fleet of trucks, anything like that, you're trying to invest in real estate, you can't just go up to an actual lender or things of that nature and just say, hey, you know, I'm in real estate, hey, what you got for me? Because they're gonna say the only thing we got is the door and you need to go ahead and go out that way. So you don't want to get that. So there's different type of ways and strategies on how you set up your NAICS code, so you make sure that you're still in the same actual business frame that you started from, but it might look a little different on paper. If you read between the lines, if you know, you know, but I promise you I'll go a little more in depth. So again, if you're looking for low risk avenues so you don't run into these speed bumps or you bump your head like I did, then here are some of the actual types that you need to look out for. First of all, we can go with consulting services. The NAICS code, or one of them, is 541611. Now with consulting, you can go a lot of different ways, and it can be for credit, religion, mental health, self-help, anything. There can be a consulting service for any type of business or any type of individual out there that's going through anything or trying to pursue anything. Think about it. So when it comes to the actual lenders or anything of that nature that's actually looking at your NAICS code, they deem it as low risk because, for the most part, on paper, it deems that consulting services don't have a big overhead. Does that make sense? So that means that there's not a lot of capital that has to be put into it at first for it to be deemed a successful consulting service. You don't have to be in the real estate game where you have to have tens of thousands of dollars just to get started, or even in the trucking industry where you have to have tens of thousands of dollars to get started. The overhead doesn't seem as crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of consulting services out there that we all know personally that are deemed in the high echelon, and they're doing great, and they're so innovative and things of that nature. I'm not saying that there's just small consulting services, but I'm saying on paper for lenders getting high amounts of funding, that 541, 611 looks very low risk to them. Now, the next NAICS code that I want to go over is the General Business Service, which is 541618. And this is just one of them, guys. Anytime that I give you an NAICS code, this isn't the one and only. Sometimes NAICS codes have more than one, but this is just the main one that I pulled up. And if you ever want to look at these actual NAICS codes, you can actually just go to NAICS.com and they'll give you a super long list of every single NAICS code or NAICS code, just to let you know. But anyway, back to general business services. This one is very broad as well. This one can be, again, deemed anything because due to the word general, this can be a general business cleaning service, junk removal, anything of that nature. So I would say this is good for anybody that's trying to go into that quote unquote high risk industry but have a low risk NAICS code. This might be a good one because again, it's so broad. It's just general business service. See what I'm saying? And then you can mix and master how you can formulate that into whatever actual field that you're going to whether you're saying what it is, the business itself, but you're not really saying what it is to actually raise some eyebrows and say, maybe I want to back off. You want to make the lenders feel comfortable. Does that make sense? So for high risk industries, consulting, general business services are always a good route to go. Trust me. And just to actually let you know, I've actually seen a lot of businesses in the high risk industry go after this actual NAICS code themselves, whether it was actually real estate, auto rentals, and you know what auto rentals, you can have a private automobile rental company or you're renting out on Turo or anything of that nature. Trucking, when people go into Amazon or they're actually just doing the fleet of going on, whatever the load boards is, things of that nature. You're just trying to get an actual truck itself and just hit the road. This is kind of the NAICS code that they actually go after. Does that make sense? Now, the next NAICS code that I want to go over is online rental. And the online rental NAICS code is 454110. Again, this is just one of many. And this one can be extremely beneficial for my people who want to start Ecom businesses or anything of that nature. You want to sell items online or you want to do a partnership online or anything like that. This is pertaining to you. And this is not only a low risk industry, this is actually also a high demand for certain lenders. Certain lenders only actually give out money to actual NAICS codes themselves to Ecom businesses. I know a few lenders that actually only do that. It's actually a very high demand. So if you're trying to get into, the Amazon side, or you're trying to do something individually, there is a market for you, and it just so happens to be very, very low risk. Again, on paper, it just shows that it's not a crazy overhead, and it's something very good, easy to actually initiate and to get out of, as opposed to anything high risk where you have something that's concrete like a brick and mortar, and it's hard to for lenders to get their money back, things of that nature. So this is a great NAICS code for people who's trying to do things online. I've even seen people actually get almost $40,000 and more just for having this NAICS code alone. Now, disclaimer, I'm not saying this is the only reason. Of course, there were other factors, but I promise you this helped as well. All right, and the next one that we're gonna go over is the vending machine operations. And this NAICS code is 454210. Now, this one is for the people that is just trying to seek a side hustle, or you're trying to start up a business or anything like that. Hey, vending machines are a perfect way to get into the business industry because you could just set up machines wherever you get the actual okay to do so. And again, it's very low risk and it's actually lender friendly as well. There are actually a lot of different banks that will actually lend to this NAICS code, such as Bank of America, Truist, and I think DCU did. I spoke to a rep about it, but you have to fact check me on that. Again, I only be speaking to like 1 or 2 reps. And again, I always want you to do your homework as well. So when I called these banks and then just asked them, or I looked online, I seen that they were very lender friendly when it came to vending machine operations and things like that. But of course, I always want you to do your homework just to make sure. Now again, these are just a few NAICS codes that are low risk and stop lenders and underwriters from raising their eyebrows and looking at your business with a magnifying glass. Again, if you're going to go into a high-risk industry, you need to mix and match a few codes to make sure that you're kind of flying under the radar so you can still get approved for high-limit funding. Now, I'm not telling you to lie, but do whatever you can so you can get access to the funding that you need and stay within the guidelines. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had issues with your NAICS code or what NAICS code that you actually have. I want to appreciate you guys for stopping by. And if you have any questions, again, hit me in the comment section. And until next time, ladies and gents.